It's a sense of community here. There's the sense of community that you have here is so rapid. It's so quick to develop. I do think people need to come in with a sense of patience, right? You're not gonna just with the snap of your fingers, everything's changed. But it's so easy to meet people. People are so welcoming. You can just go up and start talking to people. They're gonna be curious about you.
Is it cool if I record you for the YouTube channel?
Absolutely, you got it, boss.
What is your name? Would you like to introduce yourself?
That sounds good to me. My name's Alex. I'm from the United States.
Okay, and you're from the U.S. So how old are you, Alex?
I'm 31 years old now.
31. Okay, and tell us, where are we at?
So right now we're on the boulevard in Dumaguete, Philippines.
Dumaguete. Okay, so you're 31 years old. You're a young guy. Like, what brings you here to the Philippines?
You know, I came here 5 years ago. I had hired a virtual assistant here in the Philippines, and I wanted to meet him. And that was such a great experience getting to know him and his family. This time I wanted to see some different places. So last time I saw a select few places. In the meantime, since then, I've heard about Dumaguete. It has this outsized presence on the internet. You've got tons of Americans that have chosen to relocate here. And I just had to see what the hype was about. So I previously, this year, I was in Thailand and then Vietnam. But I really missed being able to communicate with people. Here, everybody has English. So it's so easy to make friends. It's so easy to meet people. There's just such a great community here to socialize with.
So, is it fair to say that you've been spent more time in Thailand than the Philippines?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, but would you say that you love the Philippines?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I connect so well with the Filipino people. They're just such wonderful people. People throughout the country, right? I've spent time in Dumaguete. I've spent time in other parts such as Mindanao. I just connect really well with the Filipino people. I connect well with Thai people as well, but I love it here.
So you've been to various parts of the Philippines. You just mentioned Mindanao.
Yeah.
Okay. What other parts? And tell me your view on that, like the different parts of the Philippines.
Yeah. So I visited Cagayan de Oro. You know, I enjoyed the city. It's not going to be your Boracay or your Palawan. It's much more a working city. I think it's got a lot of interesting charm. There's some really nice shopping malls. There's, and I think well, when I was there, it was new. I would still call it new, an SM City Mall. It's a place where I think it's different than Dumaguete, right? In Dumaguete, the local people, they see foreigners every day, 10 times a day, 20 times a day. You're not sticking out as a foreigner here in Dumaguete. But in Cagayan de Oro, I definitely stuck out. People were curious. I would get the looks and wow, he's not from here. And so I enjoyed it a lot. After that, I visited a really special place recommended to me by my local friend. He said, Alex, I'm so appreciative that you wanted to come check out my city, but I want you to go check out Camigan Island.
So hold on, by the way, when you say local friend, is this a Filipino?
Yes, and I should correct because I've heard that the term local could be disrespectful. That's not my intention at all. Back in the U.S., when we say local, we mean it's somebody who grew up in that area, right? We don't mean this in an inconsiderate way. I've heard the better term is normal. So I should say my normal friend, he recommended that I check out Camigan Island. And so in Camigan, it's just this gorgeous island. It's, it's a volcanic island. You have Mount Hibak there. It's really, really special. Part of me wants to keep it a secret, but I know that it's very, very popular as far as among international tourists. When I was there 5 years ago, I saw tons of international tourists, had some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life, which was shocking. I didn't expect that, right? And so that was wonderful. And then I finished up that trip in Cebu City. So I'm sure many of you, if you're familiar with the Philippines, are probably familiar with Cebu City. It's really, it's a big city, right? You've got a lot
Shout out to Cebu City, Cebuanos. Shout out to the subscribers up in Cebu City.
Yeah, shout out to the subscribers up in Cebu. It's
And also Manila. Have you been to Manila, by the way?
I've only ever transited through Manila, so I haven't yet spent time there, but I have a number of friends, not just in Manila City, but also throughout Luzon, as well as a subscriber to my channel, which I'll plug later in the video. Please watch till the end. They've all been telling me, you need to come up to Luzon, you need to check out Baguio, you need to check out Bonifacio Global City, Makati, Cavite, Batangas. There's so much to see.
There's a lot of great people up in Manila.
You can't go wrong in the Philippines, in my opinion. There's so much variety here. It's just mind-blowing.
You know, that's amazing. What you can't go wrong. I totally agree with you.
Absolutely. I mean, I look at the Philippines like flavors of ice cream. You can't go wrong with ice cream, right? Everybody loves ice cream.
Wow, that's another good line, man. So okay, if the Philippines is flavors of ice cream, where is your favorite?
You know, so far, I have to say, just being a big city guy, I've always been attracted to big cities. I grew up in a moderately sized city. Cebu is probably the top city that I've spent time in. Now, I have limited experience here. I have to clarify, I've only been to 4 locations in the Philippines. But Cebu has, for me, the urbanity that I'm just accustomed to. Back in the US, I've always been in, like I said, cities. So it's not that Cebu is better than anywhere else. It's just more in line with what I'm accustomed to.
So you know what? You've been to Thailand, and I've never been to Thailand. But
really?
I never have. But I've heard a lot of people say that Thailand is a world-class country. You know, would you say, as a guy, who've spent a year in Thailand, and now you're here in the lovely country, the Philippines, would you say that the Philippines is also a world-class country?
Oh, yeah. 100%. It comes down to your priorities, but I mean, when I'm in the Philippines, I'm able to have wonderful cuisine. I'm able to see what I would call world-class destinations. I've been snorkeling here, absolutely mind-blowing. I've done, I've spent some time on some beaches here, what I would call world-class beaches. The ferries, very comfortable to travel on those. I don't feel like I'm missing out here at all. I love the culture here. The people are so welcoming, so tolerant, very curious.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I love about the Filipino people, is that they have this deep sense of curiosity about the world around them. And so even though, we're obviously very far from our home country here, somehow I just end up feeling like I'm in the center of the universe.
You feel very welcomed, right? Yeah.
I feel very, very welcomed. And, somebody asked me that in a recent interview. You as an Asian American, do you still feel welcome there? Absolutely. I definitely feel very welcome here. I feel that people are just very warm-hearted, very warm-hearted.
Previously, you had mentioned something that stuck with me about this place here, out here. I don't know, maybe you could clarify, but you said this is a very magical place.
It's magical. It's absolutely magical.
Why do you feel that way?
It's magical because the thing that I found to be the quality that I've loved the most about the Philippines, and I could go on. I mean, this topic alone for me could be an hour.
I know, right? But we got limited time.
We got limited time.
Limited time.
We got limited time. It's a sense of community here. There's the sense of community that you have here is so rapid. It's so quick to develop. I do think people need to come in with a sense of patience, right? You're not gonna just with the snap of your fingers, everything's changed. But it's so easy to meet people. People are so welcoming. You can just go up and start talking to people. They're gonna be curious about you. So it's very easy to feel like you are part of something bigger than yourself. And that's what's so beautiful about this country. And I think that you can have that experience throughout the country. Dumaguete has that in droves, but I think that you can have that in Cebu. I think that you could have that in Iloilo is another popular destination I have yet to visit.
You got to check out Iloilo. Great place.
It's a sense of community in the Philippines. It's this idea that Filipino people will just welcome you with open arms, and a lot of the expats will too.
So what are your ultimate plans? You're a young guy, 31 years old. Do you feel like this is the place that you want to try to settle down here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I think that the Philippines, for me as an American, it just makes the most sense. One of the things that I'm always cognizant of is the visas, right?
Yeah.
We got to follow the rules. We are guests here. And so for me, knowing that there is a tourist visa that I can stay on for a long time, and that also there's the marriage visa option, the retirement visa option, it really takes away some of that concern of, okay, you know, I need to sort that out. I need to be mindful of following the requirements, right? That's probably my top concern here, if I'm being honest, is I want to follow the rules. And then the English. It's just so easy to socialize here. It's so easy to communicate with people here. And then I would say the final thing is just the nature. It's just such a gorgeous country. I mean, it's just so, flying in, it was a wake-up call or a reminder of what I was missing from my last visit 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, that's so cool, man. So let me ask you this, Alex. Do you have any social media? Do you have anything like that you'd like to share with everybody?
Yeah, you can check me out on YouTube. It's called Eastern Dreamer. That's my channel name. I talk about expat psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but it's an interest of mine. I also talk about the topic of financial independence, because I think there's a lot of folks, guys and gals back home, that they want to come over here, and the biggest missing piece for guys our age is the financial. And so having some accountability there, having a place to discuss it, building your independence, your freedom brick by brick, just getting into the meat and potatoes, the nitty gritty of it.
Okay, so that's Eastern Dreamer, and of course, I'm going to put a link in the description of this. So look, Alex, thanks so much, man, for taking the time. You know, I've really enjoyed interviewing you.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful opportunity, and I really appreciate your time as well.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.